Hello everybody, today we are going to review a Sun Joe 10-inch 8-amp electric pole chainsaw. This thing, I got it on Amazon. I got it because I have a dead tree here and I wanted to start cutting off some of the limbs, try to avoid having to pay a lot of money to have somebody else come in and take it down. So I figure if I can at least strip all these limbs, I'm good. And then I got some other ones that just need some cleanup here. So I figured it was a decent investment. I went with electric because I'm not going to be using it that often, and I don't want to have carburetor issues and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and open the box, lay the stuff out, and we'll go over what we got. All right, we got the box unpacked. Inside you have your main saw, handles on that side, the blade will go on this side. And then it comes with this other little box that had the bar and chain and the cover on it. Now it does say do not clip this until you get it installed to ensure that your chain is going in the right direction. So I'm going to listen to them because they know better. And that's kind of what this is. It has a quick mounting guide. And so basically we just need to put this in. We'll add some oil. You'll want some bar and chain oil. I got that I think at Home Depot. So any hardware store, Tractor Supply, whatever, you'll be able to get that. And it has the instructions, several different languages. I chose English since that's what I speak. And so we're going to kind of go through and start putting this thing together. All right, so we're going to get the bar and chain on here. So you got your bar and chain, keep that zip tie on. And what you do is it comes with this tool here. You have the socket side and like a little Phillips screwdriver side, and you can pop that off. And we'll then put that aside. It recommends wearing gloves, so I'm just throwing on some basic gloves. So using the socket side, we'll just loosen this up so we can take the cover off. That side, lift that off. So now we're exposed in here. You can kind of see what we got going on. So this is a tensioner that'll put tension on your blade once it's done. So it fits in those little holes here. And then this little slide part fits over this. Okay, so when you put it on, put that in. That'll go inside there, and that'll go down there. So I'm gonna kind of move some stuff around so I can give you a better view. So right now, the tensioner is basically all the way tight. So we're gonna back this off so that the tensioner is back farther. We can actually get the chain and stuff on here. Just gonna back that way up. And then we'll tighten it back up when we have it all done. And so we're going to take our bar chain, kind of give it a pull a little tight. Then that goes right in there. And then I still don't have that back far enough. So we're going to back that up even farther. Just make sure you turn it the right way. So they'll go right in there. I am going to cut this little zip tie off of here now. I don't really need it. Alright, so then with that on there, now we can put the cover back on. So slide that on. Nut back on, and then we'll tighten this down. With that tight, we can pop that back on, and so now our chain is fully on. All right, now that that stuff's back on, I kind of turned it over, and now we can tighten this up. So you want to tighten it just enough to where it's not going to slip off. All right, so there's going to be a little bit of pull to it, not a ton. But you don't want it like super duper tight. And that is tight, or is sharp, because I actually caught my finger on the chain there when I was moving some stuff. So I think we're good with that. So the next thing is to add the oil, which we're going to do right here. Alright, so for the bar and chain oil, it does have an indicator on the side here. you know, at the minimum and then full. So I'm just gonna take the cap off here, get rid of this little warning sticker thing. That just says to use, you know, bar and chain oil and blah blah blah. So I got my high quality bar and chain oil from, again, it's like the Home Depot, I think. That's where I got it. Wouldn't hurt if you had a funnel. I went looking for mine, I can't find it, so I'm assuming one of my children decided it was a plaything and now it's gone. So I'm just gonna wing it. All right, that's full. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit here with a rag because I don't want a huge mess. Tighten that on. Just tight enough. Again, just gonna wipe it down a little bit. And that's pretty much the entire setup. So we're gonna get it going now. Now to make it telescope, whatever that word is right here. So you pull that up and then you give it a good pull. So now a lot longer. You just come over here, pop that back down, and we are good to go there. The other thing this thing does is it tilts. So you come over here, and if we loosen this guy here, we'll be able to tilt it. So that a turn, and then you can see you can move it around. I'm just going to keep mine straight for now. So I am going to grab a couple extension cords and we're going to give this thing a shot. Alright, so we got it plugged in. You see, anyone that uses power tools knows you want to kind of tie a little knot in there, that way you don't accidentally pull the cord loose. And now that's plugged in, you hit this little trigger here, you press the safety in, and then you pull the trigger, and we're up and running. So we're going to give this a shot. I do have my hearing protection, glasses, and some gloves for some safety here. I'm gonna have somebody else film while I cut a branch, and we'll see how it goes. All right, as you can see, we cut a couple branches and the chain is already kind of loose. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna tighten it back up a little bit. After your first several uses, this chain's gonna stretch out. It's gonna continue to stretch out. So you always wanna make sure you put that tension on it. So with the chain being loose, how you tighten that up? You wanna loosen this nut first. So that nut is holding everything in place. So we're gonna just kind of give it a turn or two. Right, and then we just go back on our back side here where that tensioner screw is. As we turn it, you'll see that quickly pulled it up. So you just want a little bit of gap when you pull down. We'll tighten that nut back up and we're all set for the next one. But overall, I mean, it cut well. You know, we cut 3 branches off pretty quickly. You know, so I'm kind of happy with it. We'll see how the rest go. I'll kind of get a ladder and just kind of start picking these off, and we'll fill you in if there's any issues with it. But overall, pretty cool product. Sun Joe electric pole saw. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave those in the comments below and hit subscribe.